Till now, I have explained that how East India Trading Company had established trade in West Bengal, how and why the local ruler Shirajuddaulah was against them. In this video, we are going to learn that how and when the Battle of Plassey happened and how the company officials become Nawab. We will also discuss that how the company rule expands. So let us begin. After the attack at Qasim Bazar, Sirajuddaulah marched towards Calcutta, present day Kolkata. He attacked at the fort and captured it. He named Calcutta as Alinagar by the time Robert Clive came to Calcutta. He was along with 3,000 soldiers and he was reinforced by the naval fleet also. When he reached, he started negotiations with Shirajuddaulah. As the negotiations failed, it resulted as the Battle of Plassey. On the other hand, Clive bribed Mir Zafar, one of the army commander of Shirajuddaulah, of making him the Nawab of Bengal if he helped the East India Company. In this battle, when the fight was going on, Mir Zafar did not fight from the side of Sirajuddaulah, and thus Sirajuddaulah was been captured and he was been assassinated. In this battle, the East India Trading Company was the victorious and it was the first ever victory of the East India Company. East India Company did not want to administer the state. So, East India Company installed Mir Zafar as the Nawab of Bengal. When Mir Zafar was made the Nawab of Bengal, after some time he started complaining against the Britishers' behavior. So then Mir Zafar was being replaced by Mir Qasim. Mir Qasim also faced the same problem. As he was the Nawab, he was responsible to fulfill the need and demands of his subject. But as more and more of the revenue was been given to the East India Company, Mir Qasim was left out with very less amount, which was very less for him to look after or to upkeep the Nawab's benefits or the Nawab's laurels. So finally, Mir Qasim also joined hands together with the Nawab of Oudh, present day Ayodhya, and Shah Alam II, the Mughal emperor, and a battle was again been fought at Buxar. In the year 1764, this battle was fought against the East India Company. In this battle, the Nawab was been defeated by the East India Company and thus Mir Zafar was again reinstalled as the Nawab of Bengal. When Mir Zafar was made the Nawab, he was been given several responsibilities. For example, he has to pay rupees 5 lakhs every month to the company. And the reason for this was as the company was financing the war, the company also need to fulfill the trade demands and the other expenses as well. The company wanted more and more revenue. When Mir Zafar died in 1765, by the time Robert Clive was also tired of handling the puppet rulers. So now Robert Clive finally declared to become the Nawab themselves. The company officials become Nawabs. Mir Zafar died and Robert Clive declared themselves to be the Nawab. This was been experienced by the Mughal emperor, so he appointed the company as the Diwan of Bengal. Becoming the Diwan gave certain power to the East India Company. Now the company became more powerful. They were able to collect the taxes as well as they also have to look after the civil cases. Now, the money that they were bringing from Britain to trade in the form of gold and silver coins, this was been stopped by the East India Company. Now they used the amount which was been collected as the revenue for their trade. Not only that, the company also expands its rule. For this we can say that company started various annexation policies. Now the company started annexation of Indian state but not directly. by attacking them. Rather, the company devised various policies. These policies were the political, economic, and diplomatic in nature. They started appointing the residents in the court of Indian king. The residents were the company agents, and their task was to look after the interest of the company trade in the state. They slowly started interfering in the internal affairs of the court. They also started deciding about the successor of the throne and who would be deputed on the administrative posts as well. This was creating a major trouble for the Indian rulers. But then they cannot do anything. They were crippled. The company also started introducing the system of subsidiary alliance. This is a new term for you all, subsidiary alliance. According to this alliance, the Indian rulers were not allowed to have their own armed forces. They were to be protected by the company forces. In turn, the rulers will have to pay the expenses of the force. If the ruler fails to pay the amount, a part of their terrain was to be annexed by the company. Under this policy, several provinces were annexed by the company. Here we come to the end of the video. Your task is to read the next topic. Tipu Sultan, the Tiger of Mysore. Stay at home and be safe. Till then, bye. Thank you.